What's going on, family? My bad. Just checking in. Black Phoenix, I'm at the headquarters right now. Just made it home last night. I was up thinking about a few things, get my day started, man, lined out with what I need to do for Monday, actually. Trying to get things started so I can actually make a power move Monday. Looking at this trailer that I got, been wondering where I want to start on it, but um, I actually need to finish a couple modifications before I jump on this, and so I'm gonna have to just find someone um, to rent a trailer to do these next few jobs that I have to do. So I wanted to say something that it is your purpose to find your gift, like it's your journey, it's your personal journey to find your gift. And I wanted to say that because I just realized as we go through life and as we experience different things, we put our hands on different jobs and we grow up as a kid enjoying certain things. Like everybody enjoyed something different, People enjoy doing things with their hands. Some people enjoy thinking, doing, thinking games. Some people enjoy chess. Some people enjoy checkers. You know what I'm saying? Everybody enjoyed certain physical games, non-physical sports, but it was something that really caught your attention as a child. You know, think about that. Think about what really caught your attention as a child. You know, even though you're grown now, it was something that was in you as a child and you liked it. And then different things that you learned from like going on a job or whatever, all those things embellish your gift. It's like those skills that we learn. It helps our gifts even shine even brighter is what I've learned. But you have to be realistic with yourself and you have to just be open and honest, with your gift. Now, I'm a welder, fabricator, installer, but that's not my gift. That's a skill that I learned. But my gift was to use my hands. I always been blessed with doing things with my hands. I enjoyed building things as a child, creating things from nothing. Like I enjoyed taking something that looked it like it was trash, looked it like someone's gonna throw it away, and we fix it up and we make it into a cool bike or we turn it into a cool go-kart or something. You know what I mean? I enjoy doing that. So I thought about me learning welding and learning the trade of installing and fabricating and all that, and it goes back to it help embellish my gift. And not only, because your gift comes in different ways too, but I wanted to say that it's a personal journey because as you grow and go through different things, you will say, hey, this is what I really enjoy. And then the fact where you can learn how to use those skills and connect them with your gift to actually start making finances and making money and making products and providing services. I mean, that's a whole nother game at itself. You know what I mean? Like literally, like just looking at it like that. So, I just think that as you go through your journey of doing these jobs or finding your business, uh, creating your lane, reflect back to some of the things that you really enjoyed too as a child because a lot of times it's connected to that. If you like to talk or share your story or don't mind greeting people, that's connected to your gift, using your hands, using your minds, So I think that that journey is something that we have to go through. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm 40 years old now and I just turned 40 in March. And the journey of getting here, the journey of seeing the things I experienced at a young age, starting out so young as an adolescent, being in the streets, it let me know now that what I had, my gift was with me all the time. You know what I mean? Like it's with you all the time. I just didn't ever tap into it. I wasn't aware of it. So I think that it's wise that when we, once we get grown and we're aware, we have the knowledge to recognize our good and bad areas, because we have to be honest with ourselves. We have to say, you know what, I do need to work on this or that, or this I'm strong in, or this I'm weak in. I think that we can also recognize it in our kids, in our when we are dealing with them and helping, get things that they need to nurture uh, their gift. You know, I feel like once you recognize yours, you can help nurture your child's gift. I look at my son and my daughter, liking to draw, and my son liking to draw and use his hands, build things. He like to create stuff. He has a very keen imagination, and the things that he imagined he wants to actually make. Billy said, "Hey, I thought of a gun. I thought of this. I thought of this shield. So let's make it." You know what I mean? So I think that once you see things like that in your kids, you have to invest in them. Nurture them. Help grow them, because I think that's what we lack. Growing up, a lot of our parents didn't do that. But we have to be, as we grow up now, we have to say, you know what, I'm gonna break the chain. I'm gonna do that. If it wasn't done to you, you know what I mean? So um, I feel like most definitely having the opportunity to see it in your kids is a plus, because it can also help you see it in yourself. I just think that taking the time to really look at your journey, look at the jobs you enjoy, look at what you don't enjoy, and just be honest with yourself, because being honest with yourself is going to help you also find your purpose and find what you really enjoy doing and what you really want to do. You know what I mean? Some things are a means to an end. Some things got to come to an end. Certain rulers only have to rule for certain long, and then they have to pass it on down to the next great ruler who's coming. So you have to be able to enjoy the stage while you're there, because sometimes it can be a situation where it's time for you to pass the crown, and you might be a little bitter, and instead of you enjoying the fruits with new um the new person that's going to be in charge, or whatever the situation is, you created a situation where now it's a um, dreadful situation, or maybe cause death, or maybe cause harm. You know what I mean? There are stories where, kings didn't want to let go when they should have just let go, and then it caused them harm in the long run. So, I just think that, as we grow, we have to use stories like that. We have to use, our lives, our examples, what we realistically go through, and say, hey, what do I enjoy doing? What do I like? You know what I mean? And me personally, now that I use welding to do different things, it helps goes back to what I like to do. I like to build things. The in-house fabrication shop. The in-house fabrication shop. That's pretty much what I got right now. That's what I've been working on, inside the garage. And you know what? Doing these modifications, I've been doing these modifications. I've been actually doing these raw, just out there in the field. That's how I started when I first started. You know what I mean? Because if you're gonna make something happen, man, you can wait for all the nice things to come, or you can just jump on it and just say, hey, I'm gonna make something happen regardless. So that's pretty much what I did. I just jumped on and started making something happen. But I've been getting it lined out just for basic a home with a shop or some type of connection. Seems like I'm having little problems with my connection right now. I thought it was okay where I was at. It showed out a lot of bars, but I need to upgrade my phone. This is the phone from Feniks. I almost feel like I need to get a phone for Oklahoma City, because it ain't been working well, you know. Here anyway. But back to the home fabrication shop, man. I feel like it's very wise to utilize what you got at the shop. Utilize what you got at home. If you got a spot outside, whatever, a space, you know, make it happen. You know what I mean? Like this situation with this container. For those who've been watching some of the footage, I just been doing it raw out there. I just acquired the tools I need and the knowledge to know how I need to build what stages to build what in, and take everything to the next level. But I have to build things in stages. Like now I got the inside of the floor cut. I'm ready to split it and cut it in half, but I'm waiting to get the lift and everything lined up with the truck to actually pull it and separate it. So that's what I'm trying to do with that. So that way, once I separate it, I can cap it too. You know what I mean? So there's no reason for me to separate it and then I can't cap it. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to kill two birds in one stone with it, or three birds in one stone with this move. So I'm gonna have to get this lift, the truck. So I got to get a couple things together. And that's another thing, when you're doing it, it's gonna cost you a little bit expenses, getting certain things done, but you can rent certain equipment, certain heavy equipment that you need on certain sites to do certain things that won't be so cost efficient for you, won't be so overwhelming when you're like, oh man, how am I gonna get this done? And sometimes I have noticed myself, on this journey to build these containers. I have ran into stumbling blocks. I have run into stumbling blocks on building my skids, on building other shooting targets. Because now here, um, I have to buy full sheets. In Phoenix, I could buy like a half a sheet or a quarter sheet. Like I can spend, 250, 300, and by here I got to spend like 700, 800 on a whole sheet. Which there, I could, I had leverage to shop around and just get what I needed at the moment. So, so it's a it's a win. It's, to me, I think it's like a certain situations are wins and certain situations are win lose. You know what I mean? But like I say again, on your journey, man, you just figure that out as you do business with people, as you do transactions and you network. You be like, you know what? You learn from your mistakes. Certain things you just got to go through, honestly, and certain things you can learn from others and get assistance from, and you don't have to but bump your head or um, make that same decision that they did. Cross that same path. So I think that that's wise. Today I was gonna go to this flea market, but I don't think I'm gonna go to this not flea market, swap meet. I mean, but I'm not gonna go to it. I got a couple things I need to line out. I got some order I need to put together with this container. I got a goal that I want to um, I'm making a print as I go with this one. So I want to turn it into a base print to help someone fabricate a 20 or a 40-foot container. And I'm gonna make the print go for the inside and the outside, so that way you'll know how to frame it. If you want to frame it or do the flooring, if you want to cut your pieces out, cut the wall out, if you want to cut the metal out for your frame to install it. Like I'm gonna try to get as close as step by step I can, where it's not too much overwhelming, but it's enough to give you a visual of how you can do it yourself. And for those who are familiar with fabrication, familiar with welding and just reading basic prints, it should be easy for you. So I want to create that because someone brought to my attention that it'll be a good idea. So I'm like, well, why not? So I'm working on that while I'm building it. And I always keep my measurements anyway because I be learning different things as I go. So when I do things, some things turn out different. I'm like, okay, that mean I got to do this next time, and that it is what it is. But it's never nothing that you can't fix. You just have to learn from it and keep moving. Keep it pushing. So I just try to keep that in mind when I'm networking and building on these containers. But I got a good goal. Um, I can really see it doing something like my goal is to really use it to be like the first landmark of what a person can do with their potential. You know what you can actually do when you put your mind to it. And I want to do it from my hands. So I'm gonna enjoy. I'm enjoying building this thing and putting it together and thinking. Like I say, I have ran a few obstacles. You know what I mean, but nothing you can't, push the reset button, come to it another day, figure it out, you know what I mean? So now, I got to get some more material together. I'm doing that, putting a list together actually, so I can be able to know what I need for my next few fabrication steps after I cap the end and seal the end up. I got to do the rest of it. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna jump into that step. So I got the staircase and the rails and stuff to build, and the rest of the closing cap in. So I think I'm gonna make sure I get it capped in first, door in, all that, and then I fall back and order my pieces to do the rest of the fabrication to it. So, like I say, it's just a journey, man. You learn how you should do things, the way you should do it as you go. As you do it, as you work on things. So, I think it's just a journey that um, you just gonna have to go through. Some things you just gonna have to learn. But one thing I do like, there's many people out there who can give you information that can help you do everything you need when it comes to your artwork and your craft with your skills. So just keep an open mind. There's not only me. There's many people out there. You know what I mean? That's willing to assist and lead by example, because actions always speak louder than words. That's the way I look at it. If a person is real about what they do, you're gonna see it. You know what I mean? I had a situation when I went to um, Atlanta this week, where I lost my phone, and it ended up being at home, and I had to go on. I went on the trip anyway. Now I didn't have to. I could have said, you know what, turn around. This ain't gonna work. I ain't gonna know how I'm gonna do it. But you know what? I jumped out on faith and did it anyway. So I knew that certain things in life, you just got to be done, and if it's meant to be, it's gonna work out, and it worked out. I could have gave up and turned around, or but I just like, hey, I'm on this water now, so if you say I can walk on it, I'm gonna walk on it. And that's what I did. And I think that's what you have to do when you're finding your purpose, man. Your purpose is going to look just like that. It's going to look like certain things are going to be like, man, you're not going to know how everything is going to turn out. You're not going to know how um, everything is going to line out. Some people want to know that. I have talked to people that got to the point where they want to know how tomorrow is going to be. They want to study the uh, astrologies to find out what the stars lined up to let them know what they day gonna be like. Everybody different. I don't knock nobody, but I feel like if you put forth the effort, if you grind, if you stay focused on what you really want to do, then things can turn out. And then you have to be realistic with yourself, like your flaws, work on you. Because a lot of people don't want to work on them. They want to focus on what someone else doing wrong, or what they didn't say right, or what this person doing, and they never really put no attention. When you see people that latch out like that, always got something negative to say, always leave a comment about something that's out the blue. They got things that they had, and to me, it's just a personal thing that you can just tell as an individual as you grow up. That's, hey, they got something they had, and they got some issues, and I don't even respond to it because, you know, like the old folks say, why throw some wood on the fire? It's gonna eventually burn out anyway. I'm just gonna let it burn out. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna entertain those type of thoughts, because it ain't gonna lead to nothing good anyway. For you or me. So I've learned just to live life like that. But like I say, on this container project, I planned on really using it as my home base, and to just show the area what can be done, the potential of what they can use with the container as a business. Because I really, my my goal honestly is to focus on entrepreneurs, um, business owners, small business owners, or people with land who have a little shop or have extra space, and they say, hey, I want a little hut back here. I want this here back here. I want this, something, small. I want to do things like that, because with those people, they more understand what it takes. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to entertain no uh, vain thought because it takes money to do these. It's still not as expensive, and you still will own them. At the end of the day, you're gonna own this. You know, it's yours. You can sell it, you can keep it, but it's a positive investment that you can write off, and you can use to do business with, live in, or whatever. You know what I mean? There's many options, and people tend to limit them. So I just want to use them. I honestly, like the concept, so I'm gonna use it to show what you can do on a smaller scale and make it look big as possible. I want to make it big as possible, and I know I can do it as long as I stay focused and I um, put the right energy, into it, and I surround myself with the right people and thoughts and work on it. Make my actions speak louder than my words. That's the main thing. Always show actions. Always show actions. So, I just wanted to come to you this morning, man, just to say, it's your personal journey, you know, to find your gift. You're gonna have to really seek it, and the skills that you the skills that you learn will embellish them, will enhance your gift, will be able to allow you to do other things and meet other people to do other things. You know what I'm saying? So don't be closed minded and just think, oh, I just want to weld or I just want to do this. Think about that door opening this door and this door opening that door. You know what I mean? From something that you like doing. Because in reality, you're not always going to want to do it. Some people, I have seen an old man that in the field doing the hard working at 70 and 80. Maybe they want to do it. Maybe they say they just want love to do it or they just have to do it. I don't know. For me personally, I don't want to be riding around at 70 years old just welding something. I'm gonna keep it real. I don't want to do that then. I'll come on a company and I got some guys that that's what they do. You know what I mean? And I'm still teaching and talking. I'm still doing that teaching and helping. But as far as physically, every now and then I might go out there and check on some stuff. But I don't want to, I want to do other things. I think that's a time and a season for something. I talked to my aunt and I told her she was talking about, her being in the military and retiring. And she was saying how she lived on a certain schedule and did certain things for so long that now, she don't want to do it. And I told her, I said, who can knock you for after you putting 20 years into something and say, you know what, I want to switch it up and do something else. Why not? You can do something completely different. You just put 20 years in. Most people don't put 5 years in a good trade, on a good skill. You put 20 years in and say, I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to do this one. And you like that one more because you kind of got burnt out on that. Now you can still do it, or you might still do it. But that ain't what you want to do all the time anymore. You know what I mean? So you got options, but you have to, like I say, it's just a personal journey. And as you go through life, you're going to be like, hey, I want to do this or that, but you're going to have to make a move on something. All I'm saying, you're going to have to make a move. You're going to have to be dedicated to something. You're going to have to, be willing to hurt and feel the pain and the heartaches, of just going through it and believing in what you believe in with when you're going to have to stand by yourself, and there ain't going to be nobody believing in it but you, you know. It's just a reality. You got to go through that. So just embrace that, man, and just keep that in mind when you're working on yourself, when you're finding your purpose, when you are working on your gift. Keep in mind that it's a journey. You know, you're gonna get some bruises. That no one, I don't know anyone that was born walking. I mean, if you do, please show me that video. You know what I'm saying? Uh, but it's a process. It's a process. So keep that in mind. Finding your gift. It's a personal journey. It's a process, and you're gonna have to take risks. Risks. That's a good one. We can't forget about that one. You're gonna have to be willing to take a risk. A risk. The bigger the risk, the greater the reward. Those are facts. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind that you're gonna take a risk, but you're gonna find it. That's gonna be fulfilling. And you're gonna be able to do some wonderful things. Just think of it like that. And know that once you find you and you find your purpose, there is no limit to what you can do. Hold on.